What's up YouTube, Capital G here. Get fucking hype, guys. I am so excited about this one. Your eyes do not deceive you. We are getting a new Giant Trunade and Extreme Force, and I could not be happier. This is so effing awesome. Obviously, I say that because Giant Trunade came out so long ago in Magic Ruler, and it's just a card that has been banned in the TCG for forever, and obviously Konami has no interest in bringing that shit back. A lot of it has to do with there just being loops with equip cards and whatnot. And I guess possibly even pendulum skills as well. Things like Cleaford Scout, being able to activate Scout, activate Giant Trunade, and then play your Cleaford Scouts again. But yeah, we have a new version coming out in Extreme Force, and it is actually still really good. And I have to applaud Konami. Rather than doing the foolish thing, which would be, in my opinion, trying to basically errata the card, and then obviously, you know, many times they've errated things and they've just completely ruined cards. Look at Brain Control. Oh my god, they fucking destroyed that card and they gutted it and nobody wants to play it anymore. Just give us a new version, a la Pot of Avarice to Pot of Greed, a la Pot of Desires to Pot of Avarice. Because it's been shown that sometimes when they try and remake these cards, they can still be highly playable. Now, sometimes they do kind of flop. We saw that in Circuit Break. Konami is giving us a new Premature Burial. It's pretty shitty. I don't think anyone's going to play it. It looks kind of nice because it's a secret rare and it has very nice artwork. But this is localized Typhoon and, localized Trunade. I was thinking Mystical Space Typhoon for some reason, brain fart. But I think that this one will absolutely see play in hyper-aggressive decks. It's a normal spell card and it says return all set spell and trap cards on the field to the hand. This is not a hard once per turn. It shouldn't be, and I like this card. For starters, I don't see really any possibilities of crazy, like, degenerate loops with this. I don't see any ways of you being able to activate pendulum skills over and over and over again. I don't see any ways of you being able to, you know, get your equip cards back over and over and over again. But this card still serves a very powerful purpose, and that is just getting rid of back row. If your opponent is playing a deck like Paleozoics where they just go, haha, summon Swap Frogs, set 4, set 5, or some other bullshit like that. Like, this is the perfect card to play in a deck like, you know, Ancient Gears or Lunalights or Fluffle, like one of those like really hyper aggressive decks where you can just, you know, potentially all in your opponent and OTK them. You guys know Ancient Gears, obviously, with shit like Power Bond and Limited Removal, they can OTK really easy. Obviously, Lunalights can as well. So if you're playing a deck like DDDs or something that wants to just kill your opponent really quickly, this is the perfect card, and it's just better than something like Twin Twister, because why try and snipe out cards and then your opponent chains one and it's like, well, damn, I ended up hitting the wrong cards, when you can just mass clear everything out, and they can actually help you get some of your cards back, because sometimes if I'm playing like Lunalights, I may set like an Allure of Darkness that I can't use as a bluff. You can actually get those cards back to your hand as well. So I really like this card. I think the design is good. I don't really see this card being exploitable because your opponent can still defend themselves. Like if your opponent has, what's that card, that Pendulum card in the Pendulum Magicians, you know, the trap one, the card that's kind of like a Scrap Dragon. Like they can still use continuous trap cards that are face up on the field. You can obviously chain face down cards to this card's activation. You can still use your pendulum zone, your pendulum scales to protect you, and you can still use your continuous spells as well. So this doesn't even take care of floodgates, but it at least alleviates a little bit of the problem when people just try and wall up and they just try to hide behind, you know, walls and walls of back row, and I kind of like that. So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Actually, if this was, see, this is a card where if it's secret rare in the TCG, I'm actually fine with that, because this is still at its core kind of a niche card, because I think that this card is mainly only good if you can kind of OTK your opponent. If you can't do that, I don't think you should be running this, because this is not a card to outgrind your opponent. This is a card to pick up their stuff so that you can just kill them right then and there. But anyways, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Subscribe if you have not already, and turn on those notifications for daily videos. Actually, hold on, side note, I'm sorry, I have to share this in a couple of my videos. I was live streaming last night, and we have a very good artist who comes to the stream, and he occasionally draws Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and he drew a picture of me as a character from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I was like, dude, this is so freaking awesome. Honestly, this is like, this looks almost identical to how I look IRL. Like, this is almost a perfect representation of me. Yes, I do got a little bit of a stomach. Maybe after a couple of months, I do go to the gym. Maybe after a couple more months in the gym, Cat G will have that perfect Jotaro body. But yeah, this was just a really interesting and no, not interesting, a really amazing picture, and I just wanted to show you guys because it looks so good. Like he did such a good job on it. Anyways, we donezo.